Hi, David. I've got your watch here. It made the trip just fine. I normally do these evaluations with your watch on my time grapher, but your watch won't run but for a couple of seconds at the most, and the sweep pen doesn't move at all. So it's clearly got some issues probably from water intrusion. Water gets in here and it gets in through the bad crown seal, and it'll condense underneath the crystal, and it wicks onto the hands. That's why these hand loom are destroyed. But it also can sometimes it'll get into the cannon pinion, which is what the minute hand sits on, and the hour wheel, which the hour wheel sits on. It'll rust them together. So I don't want to force it. Um, your dial is nice. You're very lucky. That's a nice dial. Nice white loom. It's pretty. You still have a little bit of your pink stoplight hand there left, but the white loom has been pretty well destroyed. One of the things I typically do in situations like that is I will, if the customer wants, we can leave it, but this is kind of at the edge of anything I would consider doing that with. This is another 6105 that I just did that had the same problem. Its hands were actually a little worse, and you can see it had some dial issues as well, but these are the original hands, and they were just black. And so I reloomed these hands. I cleaned them up. Luckily, the chrome surfaces on these hands were good, so that was nice. I'm not quite sure how yours are going to come out because this loom is salt-based, so it'll corrode this window, it'll corrode the edge, and it can look funky sometimes. There are aftermarket hand sets available. The hour and the minute hands are excellent, and they look great when they've been reloomed. The sweep seconds hand, it takes some modification to make it look right, but once that's done, they actually look quite decent. It would be hard for anybody who wasn't a real expert to tell anymore that it wasn't real because of what I'm able to do in order to make them look correct. So that's something to think about. Another thing I strongly suggest thinking about, is a brand new process that we're doing here that was just basically invented by a friend and business partner of ours in the UK. Previously, when you wanted to change the crown seal in these, you had to replace the entire crown. That, until basically last week, was the way it had always been. There was no way to change those seals, and since these crowns have been out of production for decades, you were kind of stuck. And that's why you get so many of these in with damaged dials, damaged hands, etc. As of last week, a friend and a business partner in the UK came up with a method to open these crowns. Previously, this had never been possible. Now, because he's able to get those crowns open, we can install a new seal. This crown, this black mark here, tells me this crown has been rebuilt because I rebuilt it. I strongly suggest having me do this. We're the only people in all of basically anywhere that isn't the United Kingdom. We're the only people in the world that do this commercially. So that's a new crown. Well, it's an original crown, but it will now function as though it were new. That's a huge breakthrough. I strongly suggest having us do that. Generally nice watch. I wish I could get some numbers for you, but there are no numbers to give you because I can't get it running. But we'll find out more. I'm sure we'll be able to get it running and everything will be just ducky. Okay, talk to you later.